Hello, how are you? I want to make a video today about something really, really interesting. Have you ever heard about MedBeds? Look it up on Wikipedia or Google it. Well, when you Google it, you know what it is. I mean, it tells you what it is, but they make it sound like it is still like a conspiracy or something. It's not true. It's like more scientific, science fiction. I have done some research, and yeah, there is talk about med beds, and some people claim that these med beds are already here and are being used. I watched an interview with a lady that is actually trained to use these med beds. I'm very cautious because she is a psychic. And so these ideas come from New Age. Again, New Age, they are in contact with spirits, spiritual beings. And these spiritual beings, of course, are fallen angels. What else should they be, really? And then there's also a connection to UFOs, and the alien disclosure. So there's a very strong connection. I don't know if you ever heard about it. Of course, I have talked about disclosure. I talked about that more and more people are coming forward and telling us that these things are real. But when you really dig into it, you should find out that all this technology has been around and has been given to the government and their agencies, like Lockheed Martin and others, for at least 80 years. And that the government and these agencies or these firms have been using this technology now for 80 years and developed it. Different kinds of technology they have been receiving from these aliens. Of course, these aliens, they never really say who they are. Even the government at this point doesn't want to talk about it. They talk about flying objects, but most of these flying objects that people call alien, let's say alien technology, were created. It's called what? Re-engineering or something like reverse engineering, right? Because they received alien technology. And it's not from crashed UFOs, people. I believe they got this technology directly from the fallen angels. Why in the world would, aliens that are so highly developed fly from where they are, and then they crash here? It doesn't make sense to me, really. It doesn't make sense to me. But it doesn't matter. What I found out is about this MedBed stuff. And yeah, well, it supposedly is existing someplace. Somewhere is already being used. Who knows, for the elite, right? Government officials, elite, whatever. And yeah, I mean, for me, it was like, huh, really? I'm not so sure if I want to find out about that. But then I came across a speech by Trump, and I have all these videos. I have a playlist, and I added all these videos under that playlist. And I think it's alien playlist. That's what I put it under. Alien. I think so. And I will probably put them in the description box so you can look at them yourself. But really, why I'm making this video is because I want you to keep your ears and your eyes open. Because I think it's coming. And because Trump mentioned it and he said, yeah, there's already MedBeds and there's hospital with MedBeds, and that they are getting ready to give out MedBed cards. In other words, vouchers for people to use the MedBed cards, was kind of strange for me. I know Trump says some weird things sometimes, but I'm sure he's not going to just, well, I shouldn't say that either. Yeah, he does lie sometimes, but why would he purposely say something, that is like a conspiracy, considered conspiracy? But I believe that these MedBeds already exist because people are talking about it. And there's one guy that I saw and found this information, he got the information from this person. His last name is Barra, and he was interviewed on the Y-Files. You may know the Y-Files. I watch them once in a while. I'm very careful because definitely I do not agree with everything. I mean, he thinks he brings out facts, but a lot of these facts are, occult. And so I'm very careful what I take and what I don't. You have to be extremely careful, and I think most people know that anyways. You can't just take things. You have to check them out, and that's what I do. Why do I think it's important to check this stuff out? It's because it's coming, and it will be a deception. They will be implementing these MedBeds throughout the medical system. And maybe eventually they'll only use MedBeds. I don't know. But I'll guarantee it will be a very, very strong deception. There's 3 different kinds of MedBeds depending on how high they apply the energy. And again, I don't know how in the world, what kind of energy they're using. Alien energy, of course, right? Alien technology. And this alien technology, the first MedBed is for just general things like healing broken bones and colds, a flu, problems with different organs, probably burns and injuries and things like that. And then the next level of MedBeds, that's the second one, is more really working with the psyche. Okay? They're saying, they're working with detoxing the body, but I don't think it's a detoxification. I really think it's changing your mindset. One of the examples that I mentioned is, well, if you think you're furry, you know what a furry is, like an animal, somebody, which we have nowadays, people that think they're cats or whatever. It's very easy to detox them, and then they don't believe, that they are a cat anymore. Stuff like that. And for me, that's mind control. They're changing your mind, your thinking, and so on. And I wouldn't want to go there. Definitely would not want to go there. And then the third one is where they can actually regrow limbs, like arms, legs, whatever. Kind of strange. And of course, they're working most likely with your DNA too. And people, it will be so appealing for people to get a appointment in these MedBeds. I'll guarantee you that. But I believe it has something to do with the mark of the beast and the image of the beast. And I'd be very careful to even use it. Not careful, but I wouldn't use it. I would not use it. And again, it will be so tempting. It'll be extremely tempting for people to just, if they have diabetes or high blood pressure or whatever, hey, we just go into this med bed and have it changed done to our body. Again, I think it's extremely dangerous, and that's why I'm bringing it up. Have you heard anything about these med beds? What do you think? Okay, what have you heard? Is this something that they may implement soon, like this Bara guy is saying? He has a channel, and he is an expert. He is an expert of extraterrestrials and UFOs, has been in the past. And that information, I think, is really valuable. And how this UFO stuff is in connection, with our government. So that part is valuable. But now he is into this med bed stuff and this psychic stuff, which I can definitely not tolerate. Okay, I don't want to have anything to do with these kinds of alien technology. Okay, well, we're using alien technology right now, right? Computers, that's what computers are. I really believe so. It's alien technology. There's no doubt in my mind. And they just kind of feeding it to us kind of slowly. This alien technology with the computers is much higher developed, and they're just not giving it to us. They're just kind of giving it to us slowly so they can make money. But this other stuff that they have a lot more technology, people. Like this MedBed stuff. Never thought about it. But why are they not having higher or better technology, like for instance for cars? Why are we still on a who knows what kind of level when it comes to cars? Because they can't control us with the cars. They will majorly control us with these MedBeds, because they can rearrange the brain of people. So they will become more compliant. I think they can make people compliant. And of course, these people that are now against this technology, they will be enemies to not only the aliens, but enemies to the government. People that speak up and say, wait a minute, this is not so good. Let's test it first. Or what kind of technology do they use? I think they will be very fast. They will be silenced. I'll be silenced. And eventually people will say, oh, see, the aliens picked them up because they were against the progress. And what have I said about that statement? I have said that when the rapture happens, they're going to use that statement. These people were against the progress, and therefore the aliens picked them up. Very easy scenario. And then after the rapture, if there's still anybody that is against the technology, and then that's very easy. They will be picked up. They will be put into these re-education camps, or maybe they will be put into these med beds. And of course, they will change their mind. And if somebody refuses, well, I guess their heads go off. That will be, of course, those people that refuse to take the mark of the beast. And again, it's very possible that people that will use the MedBeds and agree with it, they will get a mark of the beast. They are marked that they have used the MedBeds. I don't know. This is now my imagination, I guess, and what I see coming. But yes, let me know if you find more information, especially on, stuff that maybe is coming from the government about these MedBeds. I want to know facts. I want to know how much we know that they're actually already being used. Now, again, this Wi-Fi, which I think they have very good information, sometimes, not always, they didn't bring that up. Bara only talked about the alien stuff. He didn't talk about this stuff that he's been researching recently. But I will put that interview on the bottom as well. Coming to an end, people. It's a short video because I'm still have a hard time uploading videos, people. Still have a hard time. So anyways, let the Holy Spirit guide you always.